The last 2 years, I was really struggle with Veta so much for them.
Did you expect it to win?
To be honest.
Muy buenas a todos, bienvenidos a este primer vídeo para mi canal. Para este primer vídeo tengo el honor de entrevistar a nada más y nada menos que uno de mis bailarines favoritos dentro del shuffle. Hello, Sofa, how are you?
Hello, bro. I'm good. Nice to be here in this really good weather. You know, I'm not used to this weather in Romania, so it's so nice here.
Yeah. You're happy to be here, man?
I'm more than happy, bro. I'm excited. I'm here to evolve, having a good time with you guys, and just having some really good time. Evolving, training, eating some really good paella. So
that's good. Yeah. Are you ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So, man, first of all, I want you to introduce the people because a lot of people knows you, but from these people who doesn't know you, can you introduce very quickly?
Okay. So, I'm Nicky, or Nicolas as my real name, aka the Sofa. I am a dancer. I like to say that I'm a dancer because I dance shuffle, shapes, hip hop, many styles. I'm from Romania. I am 23 years old almost. In 2 months I will be 33. I have a small but really powerful and unique community here in Romania. Fucking shit, man. Okay, so I have a small community but unique and unity, okay, in Romania. So basically that's it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to ask you when and how you discover shuffle and why you decided to start to dance this style.
That's a good question. Okay, so long story short, 2018 was a really cool club in my city. Târgoviște was this club called Embassy, you know, and in this club I was having, and I still have, 2 friends of mine, Matei and Rafi. They were going to Sunwaves and so many techno parties and stuff like this, and they were noticing this dance, shapes, but they were calling that shuffle that time, you know? And I was seeing that in that club one day, and I was like, that's so fucking amazing. And I was like, I want to learn that. And I was basically not a really good fan. I was not a really big fan of tutorials on internet because I was seeing a lot of fancy movements, you know, more girlish movement, and I really don't want that. And I started to practice for myself from what I was seeing on Instagram, Mark Tor, Bernam Flow, Guerrero Ja, and many other old dancers. Canvas Grind. I think no one knows who is this guy, but for me was the biggest inspiration at that time. And you know, I was just start dancing every single weekend in that club, and easy by easy I was having this mentality of I have to make money from a young age, and I was like, let's teach some kids about how it's this dance, you know. And little by little, I was starting to love to teach this dance style, and at the same time to evolve more in this dance, you know. And it was not anymore just about money, it was about community, culture, and to be honest, I feel in love so much that I see that the whole point in my life with dance. So
okay, how many years have you been teaching?
Okay. That's funny, but I was having just 1 year of experience.
Teaching.
And I was 1 year of experience in dance.
In
dancing. General.
Yeah.
And then the second year I was start teaching in my apartment.
Wow.
Yeah. Raul is the second student of mine, and it's with me till this day.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So now going through the big part of this interview, I want to ask you about your training. How methods do you use, and how did you structure your trainings?
That's a good question. So, for me, it's a lot about teaching, but when it comes to my personal training, I try these days from like 2 years ago to hit the gym 3 times a day.
Okay.
And hit the upper body, lower body, not really, because during the time, like during my career, I don't like to say this word, it's like fancy thing, but during my career, I achieved so many health problems, especially with my back. So it's really hard for me to do dance and gym at the same time, but easy by easy. I like to hit the gym 3 times a day, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And shuffle at least 4 times a week, but with the mention that sometimes I'm not dancing for a special technique or this way, or I'm practicing this concept of I don't know, waving or this or that. No, sometimes I just dance.
Okay.
Sometimes I just don't feel in the mood to listen to ADM, to electronic dance music, and I just put some hip hop music, and I dance to the songs that I love, So I'm training a specific way, let's say half of the week.
Okay.
Half of the week, like the other half of the week, I'm just dancing, not practicing. For me, it's a difference.
That's cool. And when you are training, what kind of music do you prefer to play? Because it depends so much on the music that you are playing, on how you are going to dance. I think it changes a lot your style or your movement when you play like some techno or you change to trance. So what kind of music do you prefer to play when you are training just dancing?
To be honest, it depends really much of the vibe that I have.
Okay.
My favorite type of music, it's dubstep. To listen.
Whoa. Yeah. To listen, yeah.
To listen.
It's difficult to dance.
Yeah. Sometimes I dance, and because it's dubstep, for me, like I'm a hybrid. So it's bass house. For me, bass house is giving me like that goosebump inside my chest when I'm listening to it. But it really depends of my vibe and about my training, because in the last 2 years, I was really struggle with hard techno, because I don't have like really too much musicality in that. But I was struggling to, training in this style, and so it really depends of the vibe. Sometimes it's hip hop, sometimes it's hard techno, sometimes it's just bass house music, sometimes it's deep house, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, and the last question from this part, do you prefer to train alone or train with somebody?
With somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah, when I'm dancing alone, I'm going into that deep, dark area, a lot of thoughts in my mind. When I'm like training with someone, with my students, for example, because my students are my friends, I don't see a difference between that. Just in the training sessions, I love to say that now we are not friends anymore. We are at school, okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be friends again in 2 hours,
Okay.
because I have to be straight to the face and say the things unfriendly sometimes, So for me, I will choose to practice with someone.
Okay. Yeah. Do you usually train with somebody in specific? Like for me, for example, I usually train with Ruko and Jan.
Okay.
Do you have somebody to train?
With my students, especially, like when we do some training session, I really love to join that training session. But because I stay in Bucharest right now, in the capital, and they're in my natal city, like in Târgoviște.
Yeah.
Most of the time I dance alone, but I prefer to dance with someone.
Okay, that's so cool. Yep. Now I want to talk about something that happened a couple of months ago.
Okay.
It's about the TSL. You and your team won the 3 versus 3.
Yep.
And I wanted to ask you how much time do you spend preparing all of these choreos, all the show? You did it because it was awesome. And how did you prepare that show?
Okay, so First of all, thanks for this question, because many people like talk about our rounds, our routines, and why we were like winning. And we were practicing for 2 months with this, with this thing that John have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I have a lot of work to do. Raul have a lot of work to do. We are not saying that into the same place, so it was really hard to meet, to do all of those like routines. It takes us 2 months to create 7 routines of 1 minute each, and we have this experience in showcase, in preparing something for a showcase competition or something. We were winning the Battle of Europe in October 2024, but for a showcase, not for a 3 versus 3 competition. For us, PSL, 3 versus 3 was the first competition that we were competing in this, scenario of 3 versus 3, random music. You have to do your routine, like a long time ago. And for us, was a really struggle because we have really different styles. But yeah, basically 2 months to ask your question like more detailed. 2 months, and almost, let's say, minimum twice a week.
So good. Did you expect it to win?
Yeah.
Because the level was very, very high.
Yeah. To be honest, we were investing in our clothing, in requisitas.
Recursos?
Yeah.
Some resources, yeah?
Yeah. Some resources, like we were going from home, like, to Barcelona with this mindset of, let's win that. Like, we know that we are good, let's win that, But it was so hard when we were seeing our kids, because we were having 2 teams from Romania for 3 versus 3. And our kids, in our training sessions, beat us because they have more routine, more footwork, more foundation, and less showcase. And we were a bit afraid, to be honest. That was like a scary moment when they were like kicked out in the first battle, and we were like so sad. But I think that thing was the reason why we were really winning, because it motivated us so much to win for them. So
the vibe was so good.
Thank you. Yep.
So now, to end this first episode, I want to do some quick questions. Okay, you have to answer with 1 word or 1 phrase. Okay, so the first one is, what's the next tournament you will go to participate?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But I think either Riot of Rhythm in Berlin, or for sure Battle of Europe in Prague in October.
Okay. Are you already training for this one?
Always training.
Okay. If you could choose someone to battle, who will you choose and why?
Exactly in this moment?
Yeah.
That's a great question. So,
could be someone in shuffle community or out of the shuffle community, if you want.
Okay.
Like, can be an all styles event, and you faced you want to battle.
Yeah, it's a really good and hard question.
Yeah.
You can cut this shit, man. this long pause. To be honest, in my life, I was not having too much experience in battling international, and for me, I was losing in my life against Ruko, against Marbik, Kento Baby, and Bernan, which in my opinion are
4 good dancers.
The best, one of the best dancers in this dance style. And for me, I really want to share the dance floor with Max Karakulin.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
with Max Karakulin, but all love and respect, because I really believe that we are on the same mindset. I was meeting him, I was staying with him a lot last year, and for me, it's gonna be a pleasure. You know, I don't
Sure.
want to battle him for some revenge or some show my power or something. No, I want to do that because I think we're gonna do a really amazing show.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the final question is, what's the top 3 shuffle dancers do you prefer from the
God
last
damn.
place to the first one?
God damn. Okay, this is hard question.
Yeah,
This is hard question. Okay. Top 3.
top 3. Yeah.
I was having a top 5.
Okay, if you want to do the top 5, you can do it.
Okay. So, to be more respectful, because I really can choose,
Yeah.
I will say just the top 5 dancers, but I'm not gonna order them in a position from first
Perfect.
to the last.
This
so,
it's your opinion,
Yeah.
and
of course,
we have to respect that.
it's subjective
Yeah,
as
sure.
dance in general. So, I would say Max Karakulin again.
Okay.
I would say Audio. I would say Rokone.
Sure.
Can't he have to be in this list.
Yeah.
I think it's on
100%.
everybody's list, you know? Like, hi Ruko. Okay. Nyungton.
Okay.
Nyungton,
The young boy.
the young boy,
Yeah.
but it's a young boy, but right now he's a teenager.
Yeah.
He's a monster, and I really believe he's gonna be one of the best.
Yeah, it's the future of
Yeah.
shuffle
So
dance.
we have 4,
Yeah,
and
the last
for
one.
me, not the best, but my favorite in my heart,
Okay,
it's Mark Thor.
Mark Thor.
Yeah.
It was your first inspiration,
Not first,
or one of them?
but right now he's one of my best friends. He motivates me almost every day, and his dance style for me is unique,
Yeah.
really unique, and for me it's an inspiration, not only as a dancer, as a human too, as a friend, as whatever, you know, but especially as a dancer. I think he's the most clean dancer.
Yeah.
Again, this is subjective, guys. Don't.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Don't get me wrong in the comments. So.
Yeah, the perfect word to describe Mark is showcase. It's a showcase man.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this invitation.
Thank you for your time, bro.
It's an honor for me to be the first one who is, on your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
on the first video. I'm feeling really good here, and I have to say this. Thank you.
Thank you,
Much
bro.
love, man. Yeah. And don't forget to follow, okay? Subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video to your friends, to your shuffle friends. Let's go. Yeah.
Muchas gracias a todos si habéis llegado hasta esta parte del vídeo. La verdad que me emociona un montón compartir cositas de baile con gente tan especial como él. Así que lo dejamos por aquí, espero que os haya gustado y no te olvides de seguir viendo estos vídeos para llevar tu baile al siguiente nivel.